Just hand-waving that detail away? Whatever. Not my department.
Continuamos en el maravilloso mundo de The Outer Worlds, haciendo cosas, matando gente, saboteando experimentos. Ya. Que habíamos terminado el tema de las torres. Ya, hagamos estas otras dos secundarias. Pero estas son de facción. Vamos primero con un arreglo equitativo. Plantea la líder en dólar ascendente por posibilidad de colaborar con Anti-Choice y hablar con Onti. Sí, hablamos con Onti, man. Estos últimos mundos los hemos pasado, pero super flash, casi sin explorar. Pero como lo único malo. Lo único malo, guacho. Ya, podemos ir al ACS para hablar con Onti o ir al claustro. Vamos al claustro primero, después vamos a Onti porque igual tenemos que ir. O sea, y después vamos a hablar con Onti a la nave. Porque de todas formas tenemos que ir a la nave a entregar resultados de cosas que hemos estado haciendo. Ya, ¿quién voy? No, sigamos con mis comadres. Creo que son buenos personajes.
See that spire? That's the archive right there. The archive.
Te emocionaste, ¿eh? Estamos... y justamente Jardín era... Reúnete con Ruth. Para otro lado.
Heard that halt. The Oracle Laureate sent ahead to expect someone matching your description. However, he said nothing about admitting questionable allies. Cultist. Agitators are not permitted inside Laplace's garden. Your companion will have to wait outside.
How'd you like to find your insides waiting outside?
I find that an improbable outcome were we to engage in violent conflict. The Oracle Laureate is our foremost seer, excluding the presiding bishop herself. He oversees the Department of Predictive Analysis, and in so doing keeps the Order on course. Indubitably, Laureate Beckett said to accommodate you as best as possible, but rules are rules. Is this some kind of test? No participants or observants are permitted to discuss Laplace's garden outside its boundaries. You'll discover all you need once inside, after ridding yourself of your problematic auxiliary, of course. Was there ambiguity in my previous warning?
Internal records on behalf of all aggrieved parties. The order demands immediate restitution.
Next time you want to use a terminal, ask. I'll say no, but use the principle.
Tengo que buscar otra forma de entrar, entonces. Aquí se termina ese camino. Este camino va para allá. La weá.
This is your last warning. If you attempt to gain entry with potential troublemakers in tow, we will have no choice but to fire.
Commander. All right.
You're cleared to enter. Go on in.
Era siempre la cuestión. Pues igual quería entrar con esta mona, quería ver si me podía infiltrar, pero... No hay posibilidad de...
Agent, I have a message for you. On behalf of the Order of the Ascendant, and her impermeable wisdom, the presiding bishop Ruth Bassar, welcome to Laplace's garden. The presiding bishop is presently indisposed, but I've been instructed to direct you to the Artificer Laureate for whatever pressing matter has brought you to the garden. She's working in Belvedere Hall's secondary courtyard. Enter the large building at the top of the mesa ahead and follow the first hall on your right. Oh, yes. The vicar did ask me to direct you to him. How positively forgetful of me. He should be waiting for you in Belvedere Hall's main courtyard at the top of the stairs. The Artificer Laureate is head of the Department of Applied Scientism, overseeing the exemplars, or craftsmen, of our order. Weapons and technology all fall under her purview. Oh no, not at all. The presiding bishop routinely spends time in a sensory deprivation chamber to hone her mental faculties. Of course, she does seem to be logging more hours in the chamber of late, but I'm certain that's all part of the plan. The rest of the Laureate Council is capable of managing affairs while the presiding bishop is occupied. Really, it's no reason for concern. Nothing in the garden is. Look around you. I don't see a battlefield. Do you? All conflict is transient in nature. To dwell on the negativity of a moment is to risk missing the opportunity of what comes next. Those in the garden have enough perspective to remain present and to focus on what matters: science and progress. And you for recognizing such quality of vision. But now, I fear I have kept you long past an ideal duration. May all your problems precede solutions.
Hola, loca cortante.
Is it just me? Or does something seem... Oh, never mind.
Ya, es un lugar bastante bonito. Café Integration Point, ¿qué es esto?
I'm cutting you off off there, Charles. That's your third conviction today. Welcome to the CAF integration point. Will it be caffeine or convictions today? Convictions are statements which promote personal and professional confidence and well-being, leading to 22.9% more scientific breakthroughs in a given quarter. Interested? Before I can administer your conviction, I need to ask you a question. In what area of your life do you feel you need the most improvement? Personal or professional? Expand on that for me. You are a single gear in the grand workings of the universe, and should not expect to control all of its mechanisms or outcomes. Good. Never forget that you are a valuable factor in the universal equation and necessary to advancing the plan. Now then, a brief conversation is customary following the initial service. I haven't seen you around before. New project appointment? Must be an adjustment, all things considered. I'd have run the mugs through the autoclave twice if I'd known the garden was receiving visitors now. All right, your turn. What questions have you got percolating in that mind of yours? I didn't hear a question. Everyone is simply contented by the good work they're doing to advance the plan. Everything in perfect exactitude, as Vicar Udicott might say. That said, if something more sinister was going on, would that concern you? Well, good thing nothing's amiss then.
No, you do a passable impression of a scientician. Did you grow up near one of our settlements? Have a few years of order training?
I'm quite sure I don't know what you mean.
Oh, I understand you may technically count as a member, but there's a perfunctory element to your articulation. You don't believe in the plan, and you're clearly up to something. She sized you up almost immediately, Commander. Been softly probing you for information. I clocked her the first moment she opened her mouth. Excellent question. I've been wondering the same thing. Well, do I have to shoot up the place? Or will you come clean immediately? Who do you work for, little mole?
By the architect, keep your voice down, please. Even if what you say is true, this isn't a conversation best had amidst present company. Let's talk somewhere more private. Behind the CAF integration point, perhaps?
No creí que mi conversación aquí iba a ser tan interesante.
You must be curious why I asked for such a discreet rendezvous. Allow me to whet your appetite for intrigue a little further, shall I? I have adequate reason to believe the Order is conducting a mass experiment on the population of Laplace's garden. The Order is not cultivating its perfect, plan-abiding society through careful ideological pruning, as the laureates would have you believe. It's simple pharmacology. Put bluntly, they're regulating the emotions of everyone in Laplace's garden through drugs in the water supply. Why would the Order want to create a society of undistractable little academics whose only desire is to advance the plan? I wonder. Moderate your volume, please. No one here is in any immediate peril. Probably. The Order claims the subjects here supposedly consented to participate, but it was begun prior to the schism with the Protectorate, so who's to say? Regardless, if the Order has made some kind of pharmaceutical breakthrough, imagine how useful it might be to certain parties to know about it in advance. I represent a group of information traders who would pay well to get their hands on a sample of this drug. Interested? So you've heard of us. Good. That makes this easier. My primary task has been to watch the Order. But I'm confident my superiors would agree. Physical proof is of far greater value than mere rumor. All you need to do is enter water reconditioning and collect a sample of the drug. I believe they call it perspective. This passcode will give you access to the main terminal. Watch the guards patrol before making your way into the facility. If worst comes to worst, I wager Laureate Beckett also has a keycard on him, but that might be tricky to lift. Lately, he's been sitting near the fountains, performing his silly little breathing exercises. If he's not there, then he's likely in conference with the presiding bishop. Whatever you do, be discreet. I can't have any laureates asking questions about me. Understood? One more thing before you leave. Outside of work, I have, let's call it an alternative inventory. You'll have to pay, of course, but I'm sure I have something that'll make your job a little easier. And I...
Venía por algo específico.
What a lamentable state! I remember the days when Laplace's garden lived up to its estimable purpose. Now look at it. The fountain in disrepair, pedagogy in the park, even the lights above our heads have winked out like stars taken down from the sky. Nevertheless, one must persist. The plan is good. The shadow of ignorance cannot withstand its light. I knew you had a knowledgeable look about you. That would be wonderful. Thank you, dear. There's a panel just here. I will supervise from a respectable distance, but know that I am with you in theory, like the architect's own guiding hand. And so there was light. My sincerest thanks. I will be sure to extol your virtues to the laureates the next time we speak. And here, a little treat for your effort.
Sake, is it the pump? Or industrial science is mostly theory, they said. You won't have to put your knowledge into practice for years, they said. Now the fountain's broken and I can't... Useless. I'm useless. We had an avalanche recently, not far from the dome. One of these fountains stopped working around the same time. Stands to reason something must have been jostled loose. I recently placed into the industrial sciences, so I've been entrusted to fix the issue. But I've never had to put my knowledge into application before. It's not going well. You must be an agent of the architect. The panel here controls the intake and outtake for the fountains. I'd start there. Oh, praise the architect. I hear water running. Come see, it's beautiful. I'd provide compensation, but isn't the garden's beautification a reward in and of itself?
Sí, quiero ver a quién más puedo ayudar. No, un negro. Pelón. Negro. Pelirrojo. ¿Sí? Ahorita las cuatro.
Agent, over here. Ah, there you are. I was informed by Gertie you've agreed to help us reconvene negotiations. With your aid, Auntie's choice and the Order will soon be rivals no longer. Just think of all we can accomplish if our two sides reject fractiousness and combine our efforts. Remember, seek out ways to help both sides. Engender trust. Gertie and I will let you know when it's time to move forward. In the meantime, I might recommend you work on honing your oratory skills. Our presiding bishop and Auntie Cleo can be challenging to debate with. I believe our group's combined efforts are in direct accordance with the plan.
Hola, hola.
No admittance without the Artificer Laureate's permission. The presiding bishop is not accepting visitors at this time.
Yeah.
Hmm?
You know, you strike me as someone with a very small body of published work.
Well, I'll be hanged. At the pitter of footsteps at my door, I expected another Order ankle nipper, bent on furthering my disquietude. Philo Tresmer, Protectorate wordsman at arms. Mercenary, huh? Your demeanor speaks for itself. In a different life, we might have been enemies. But as far as I'm concerned, anyone here not a traitorous, thrice-damned scientist is a compatriot of mine. Not sure what's... Are you truly so blinded by intricate lattices and scientific hokum that you fail to notice the obvious? The individuals here are cut from the same cloth as the Protectorate, but dare to suggest they have a grander understanding of Arcadia's needs. Yet even as the war is dragged on, they fail to concede. Lost sheep can only wander for so long before someone decides to slaughter them. Hate is an inaccurate phrase. I find them arrogant and exasperating. Without the Protectorate, this little organization would have no holdings to squat in. I am here because the Sovereign has tasked me with bringing these wayward, pretentious toddlers back into the Protectorate fold. Unfortunately, my time here has taught me that only mass death has the power to change the local hearts and minds. Perhaps enough will be alive to save afterwards. I am not just anyone. The duty of a liaison is of the utmost importance, requiring due diligence and delicacy. Though I suppose it a mite strange that this task fell to me, as I'd urge the vehement tanning of any wayward body bent on disrespecting the Protectorate. As of yet, that does not include the other Protectorate personnel I've encountered on Cloister, even though they seem loyal to the Consul above all else. The Consul is intended to supplement the Sovereign's rule, acting as a spy master and war coordinator. But of late, he has been overactive. The Consul is doing his duty, but I'm concerned that the people may begin to look to him for guidance instead of the Sovereign. I've heard rumors of late that a foolish minority has become skeptical of the Sovereign's leadership. Madness, I say. We must have faith. Listen, you. The Protectorate does not do delegation. The Protectorate has a will that must be upheld. My presence here is a display of more faith than these fools deserve. Niceties are irrelevant, and likely detrimental to the task at hand. I am here to make the Order see the error of their ways. All other particulates are frivolous.
Era una... que hubiera una forma de infiltrarme, pero... vamos a ir a hablar con Laurida Kraft.
A visitor? It's for the best that you're talking to me now instead of mid-work. I do seem to have a slight propensity for stabbing randomly with my tools when interrupted, but I suppose that's enough time spinning in the statements column. Speak away. What are you... Beckett. Another prediction that he hasn't seen fit to notify me about. A more cynical exemplar might posit his doing this to be intentional. If you're here, I imagine you aim to petition the presiding bishop for her support, which is hardly a surprise. She is the most important individual in Arcadia. Not if I cannot gauge for certain if you can be trusted. I cannot allow just anyone to wander into Ruth's quarters. But there is something you could do to prove yourself worthy. A myriad of cultists have taken over the settlement of Newton, which is a nearby site of historical but not strategic significance. I want them gone. Once there was a bridge stretching from the settlement to the archive, but it was destroyed by a rift. Best keep your distance should you travel there. I'll withhold my appreciation until this task is complete. May you act within the equation's confines.
We should collect Azza from the ship first. Unless you don't want the benefits of her inside knowledge of the cult.
Primero que no pueda ni Asa, después que vengas. Siempre pasa esto de que me meto al menú y después la sensibilidad queda hueviada, weón. No sé a qué se deba eso. Vamos a Newton. ¿Dónde está Newton? Dorado. Pretor. Estoy mal. ¿Dónde está Newton, man? Ve a Newton. No hay duda que será un... ¿Cuál es Newton? Ese es Newton. Ah, estoy weando, po, weón. ¿Viste? Ahí de nuevo quedó weón. Yo creí que íbamos a conocer un mundo nuevo, pero no, po. Ahí está Newton. ¿Qué es lo más cercano que tengo? Mira. Ah. Adelante hay una bifurcación.
Investigating hostile intentions. Energy capacitor out. Energy is up for grabs. Yeah.
¿No?
Ratcheting up my aggression. Medic, please.
rift modulator from Praetor that DeVries
Tom.
manages to proceed.
Todos muertos aquí, pues, weón.
Reviving me is strategically optimal.
Ah, me erizó el culiao, weón.
Sharp enough. Hostiles nearby.
foot.
Threat detected.
I'm alive.
I'll handle this.
Cualquier muerto, por Dios. ¿Esto era como un banco? No. Que el rojo viene para acá. Entrar aquí tiene que ser sí o sí por esa puerta.
been so preoccupied with the impertinence of my slack-witted brethren, I've missed the answer right in front of me. Our communication devices. There is someone who would have tried to contact me to warn me. Someone who wouldn't have been taken in by a faked kill order. Yes, but he's not like most of the fools we've been contending with. You know, I really should have seen the flaw in recruiting suggestible slackwits to our cause. But Severin is different. I knew him from before. Long before the Glorious Dawn. We had a secret code we used to hide things from our parents before... Well, never mind that. Very well. Let's just say that he was forbidden to associate with me and leave it at that. Anyway, if he used that code to embed a message to me within a Dawn missive, no one would have even known it was there. I should have been checking our comm devices, damn it. Well, I'll rectify that right now. I knew it! He wants to help me find out who's behind this. I sent a reply telling him to meet me here on Cloister. It's not too far and should be safe.
Pueden estar todos los culiados muertos. Todos los buenos muertos. Bien, porque dos electrogansos y vamos a gastar uno. Pero igual sigue teniendo recargo, pero ¿por qué? Que por aquí hayan cositas bonitas. Left. Ah, ahora sí podemos entrar bien.
You bring a cultist into my presence? I hope this isn't a sign you've lost your nerve. Or are you planning on removing the cultists from Newton one at a time, like this one here? I was expecting different results.
Well, then it seems today is your lucky day. The Dawn and Newton have been dealt with. By us. Care to hear all the bloody particulars? Come on, Commander. You never let me talk about viscera.
You saw a problem and followed your own methods to solve it. I can admire that. Here's something for your trouble. If you removed Newton's unsightly blemish, I believe you may be trustworthy. I have reason something predicted has come to pass. One of the satellites comprising the Hyperion web was struck by a wayward craft and crashed on Paradise Island. I need someone to recover an informational component from it. I hope your zeal is properly placed. The Protectorate soldiers guarding the crash site are unlikely to let you close, unless something else is made to arrest their attention. I cannot say how that might be accomplished, unfortunately. Some of our scholars find answers to their solutions at the CAF integration point. Perhaps you might do the same. Collect the data from the crashed site and return it here. May the odds prevail against your bloody demise.
Ya, dejemos esta acá. Te quiero, Marisol. Te quiero, mujer loca.
Your admittance to the Chamber of Conflict Evaluation.
Te quiero, loco.
May come at a later date, as
Raro.
determined by the office of the Oracle.
Los quiero a todos.